There are very few franchises or properties which are so highly connected with a single actor, yet Pirates of the Caribbean is one such adventure that frankly requires Johnny Depp. No Depp, no audience. No audience, no happy Disney. And now, it seems they're planning to perhaps go forward anyway, because, well, yes folks, it's another day of downtrodden Disney. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel that continues to help you sink, no, swim when it comes to everything entertainment. We keep you ahead of the culture curve. We try to play it absolutely straight down the middle, calling balls and strikes. And folks, we're here to tell you audiences may strike if Disney does a Pirates movie without Johnny Depp. And at the same time, many folks out there don't want Depp to do Disney again because of how dirty Disney did him. It's a big quandary, a huge conundrum. But folks, we're here to parse it out for you with, frankly, one of the greatest guest stars you could ever have for a Pirates topic. Folks, let's bring on the panel. Click the like button. Here comes Jay, or as you know him, Drunk 3PO.
Park Place. They're all telling me absolutely could not be him. Johnny Depp, essentially, he's fat, he's old, he's about to die. This person is young and vibrant, so it couldn't be Johnny Depp. I'm like, you people are insane. I'm just letting him go.
Posted a video of him like rocking out on stage.
Yeah. He's in pretty good shape right now. He's in fighting shape. I'll say that. So
He's in filmmaking shape. I mean, he's just made like 2 films. I mean, Jean de Bordet or whatever that was, and another one. I mean, it's not like he's not working, folks.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a look at what is being said here. And then I want to go to the Margot Robbie side of this. But folks, let's read this because it's really important. Bruckheimer confirms this treatment is intended as a reboot, not the Margot Robbie one, and wouldn't follow familiar characters. But he voices his support for another appearance from Depp. Now, gentlemen, you probably recall that Bruckheimer very recently was not positive on Johnny Depp in an interview. This seems to me to be a fixaroo going on and then turning it over to you all. It's a reboot, but if it was up to me, he would be in it. I love him. He's a good friend. He's an amazing artist. And he's a unique look. He created Captain Jack. That was not on the page. That was him doing a little Pepe Le Pew, canceled, and Keith Richards, somehow probably canceled. That was his interpretation of Jack Sparrow, most certainly not canceled. My inserts on the cancellation declarations. But panel, I think they know they can't do a Pirates movie without him. What do you think?
So I just want to go back to that original kind of comments that he made to comicbook.com where it seemed to be implication about Johnny Depp. I'm wondering now if it was about Margot Robbie and her comments previously and the fact that she's doing Barbie, she's doing all these other projects, and they might have to be waiting on her instead of Johnny Depp. Because I think Depp has basically made it clear he has really kind of no intention of coming back. Although we did see him, it seems like he is that actor in the park. But I mean, we haven't heard him really say anything positive about the film industry. I think the most recent comments we had, he was basically calling out Hollywood executives for being stupid. So.
I like him even more now. Thank you for that, John. All right, so Jonas, walk us through what it means that he showed up in the parks, since we really, really now believe that it was him in the parks. What significance is there?
I don't know. Actually, maybe Jay can comment on this a little bit too. When a celebrity goes to a Disney park, generally speaking, there's a special team of handlers that are assigned to that. They don't tell you which grade of celebrity you are when you go to the park, but there's a certain level for people that might get mobbed by crowds, because there's a crowd control issue that happens if somebody actually famous, we're not talking like vloggers famous, goes into the park. They're already aware of the vloggers anyways. And if somebody were to appear in the parks, let's say Johnny Depp wanted to appear as Captain Jack Sparrow, he would be given some special allowances. In order to do that, he would be given a handler, and someone higher up would have to approve it. So let's say that he goes into the park. If this guy who may or may not be Johnny Depp is walking through the park, if someone comes up and asks him for a picture, by his job, he pretty much has to take it unless he is going on a break. In the video that we saw, there's this guy who, I mean, I'm going to say it is Johnny Depp. And as soon as the camera shows up, he tries to skedaddle out of there pretty quick. As soon as he sees the camera, he walks off in the other direction. The camera follows him, and then he doubles back the other direction, goes twice as far in the other direction. He has to be explicitly asked for a photo, and he reluctantly agrees. The guy's also referencing Star Wars, despite the fact that he's in the New Orleans district, and he's bringing up Star Wars, by the way. Not that he's asked about it by this little kid, which adorable kid dressed as Princess Leia. He asks her about Jedi mind tricks. He doesn't say the word Jedi, but he talks about all of that. And again, it sounds exactly like Johnny Depp. I'm kind of known for having a pretty good ear on these things, and that's not another actor doing a Johnny Depp impression. There are little telltale signs when someone is doing an impression of someone as opposed to the person themselves. Disney is famous for getting really close with the impersonators, but not quite hitting the bar. That was Johnny Depp. Someone's going to have to come out and say it wasn't Johnny Depp, and it's going to have to be the person. That's not going to happen, by the way. Definitely Johnny Depp. Definitely had to be approved by someone higher up. And in order for that to happen, I would say that there would have to be some making nice between Disney corporate and Johnny Depp.
Fantastic points. I want to throw Jay a question that I think is going
There's
to...
a lot I can say on that, but I don't... There's a lot.
Let me throw you this question, and you go on the journey with me, and you tell me if you don't want to give an answer, you don't have to. I think you'll appreciate how we asked this one. Johnny Depp has been treated poorly by Hollywood. Yeah. Johnny Depp has specifically been treated poorly by Disney. There is the thought that Johnny Depp should never, ever, ever work with Disney again, that he was treated poorly, and that there's no way on God's green earth that Johnny Depp should return to the role of Jack Sparrow. At the same time, he clearly loves the character. It's his character. Fans love him as the character, and it might be seen as a total victory for him to return to the role, and it's like Disney having to eat the ultimate crow. Now, only on the Jack Sparrow, Johnny Depp situation, and not extrapolating to anything else. Jay, as a fan, what would you like to see? Would you like to see Johnny Depp return to the role, or do you think that he should say, you know what, Mouse, never?
Yeah, I don't think he should. It's just like Harrison Ford coming back to play Indiana Jones. As cool as that sounded, the end result was horrific. So I think they should just close the book on this, and this and just be done with it. The sad thing is this is the only franchise that Disney has left to
ruin,
inject, like their claws in, because they're like, all right, we got Star Wars, which should be printing money by the billions, and it's not. So it's like, all right, well, let's move on. All right, we got Marvel, that should be printing money, and it's not. So it's like, all right, what do we got left here? Okay, well, we haven't touched the pirate franchise that we own. Okay, let's jump into that. Let's make another 2016 Ghostbusters, but do it pirate edition. Even if we bring Johnny Depp back in for like a 5-second cameo, that's all it's ever going to be. 2 pirate movies on a reboot is just like, it's ridiculous. And what I was like reading was that one of them, maybe not the Margot Robbie, the other one was like the star was going to be a Haitian lady named Anne Bonny. And I was like, boy, they can't. Anne Bonny was Irish. Like, that was a pirate. Like, would they really be that? Would they really?
She's got Little Mermaid magic.
I'm just like, that's wild to me. If they went that route, but if they wanted to do an all-female pirate movie, it's like females weren't treated well in the pirate kingdom. They were not treated well at all. So that's why we if you like read it during the golden age of piracy, Mary Read and Anne Bonny were the only 2 females that kind of stood out, and because all the other females were like they were either terrible things, like the worst things happened to females on pirate ships, put it that way. So you
mean they were not selling chickens?
No.
Oh.
They weren't doing that good stuff to those women. They weren't treated fairly and all that, and they weren't fighters, they weren't anything like that anyway. But that's beside the point. The thing is, though, if they wanted to do another pirate movie, there are incredible stories out there, like Black Sam Bellamy, just for one, Charles Vane. These are real life pirates that have a romanticized story that's out there in several books, that they could make incredible stories for. But I don't know why they would want to like reboot this Pirates of the Caribbean and do something completely different with an all-female pirate story. It just doesn't make sense. I think it's just heading for disaster. Like I said, I think it's a 2016 Ghostbusters all over again. And they should just kind of move away. But that's Disney. They don't want to move away. This is their IP. They're going to squeeze that lemon to try to make something. So, you know.
Jay, you mentioned the franchises that Disney has not turned woke yet, and you said pirates. I didn't have pirates on my card. I need to add it to the list. You're exactly right. All I had left was gummy bears and wuzzles. That's all they haven't destroyed yet. So,
I'm still waiting on that live-action DuckTales movie that they can ruin.
Oh, Howard the Duck Redux. Culture, weigh in, please. What's your thoughts?
Last thing I want in the world is a reboot of Pirates. I don't want either of these options. I think, you're setting yourself up for twice the failure. And I think Jay's right. 2016 Ghostbusters times 2. If Disney is setting their sights on losing twice the money of Ghostbusters 2016, they've picked the right property to attach their, pirate flag to.
Not great, Bob.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, the last two pirate films with Johnny Depp weren't the greatest. I personally enjoyed them, but you kind of like watch those films and go, I think we've drug out this thing a little bit further, just like Indiana Jones. It's like the first three almost perfect films. Then you get the fourth one. You're kind of like, yeah, that was a little, maybe we should have not opened that box. And then they're like, let's do one more. Come on, we can do it. And it's like, yeah, well, we love losing hundreds of millions of dollars. So
yeah, I'll point out that they have the writer from Dead Men Tell No Tales on at least one of these pirate reboots as well. So they're really not learning their lesson here.
And folks, we have come to the end of another video, but fret not yet, for more content is coming to you. You shall be met with 3 videos daily right here on this channel if we have our way, and right now we certainly do. Folks, if you enjoyed this video, consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, click it, stick it to the algorithms, it's the notification bell, and drop a comment down below. Folks, we appreciate your time and attitude of gratitude for you spending your day with us. We hope we elevated it, and we hope we have the honor of doing so again. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.